It's Show Us Your Tips Pro Group Racing at Daggy Beaver with you for a midweek preview show, Warwick Farm and Sandown Hillside this afternoon. Beaver, how's the weekend?
Mate, not a bad weekend, I think. Some really good racing, some really good performances from different horses on Thunderstruck. Was outstanding. Yeah, a lot to like about its win.
Yeah, exciting race, that one. And I think we did all right. Found a few winners throughout the day. Managed to get the best stuff at Rose Hill and managed to tip Macram at 20, so I'll take that. Would have been a massive day if Fierning had got there. Just held up for a bit through the middle, but between us, I think we found the usual requisite amount of winners to come out in front, so that was nice.
Yeah, a couple of nice wins later in the day as well in Sydney. Shades of Rose just hang on. So that was I think that was an honest, courageous performance, and really liked the way Waterford won. I think it's going to have a pretty good campaign.
Yeah, and In Secret, definitely a blue colours horse to follow, and the other one too, Golden Mile, as I sort of suggested.
Yes, yeah, outstanding.
So yeah, plenty to come out of that meeting, but we'll look to Warwick Farm this afternoon, which looks another good card actually. First good track, I believe, since January this year, if not December last. I think it was January this year was the last time we were on a good track, and the rails in the 5 metre mark, 1,000 metre. 5 metre mark from the 1,000 to the winning post, 3 for the rest. Perhaps up on pace and off a bit there will be the way to play it. 1,400 metre 3-year-old race kicks us off. A maiden, where I like the debut of Redina first up. Chasing the Scientist, who's a horse I've had an opinion of. The trials were good leading into that, and now gets Gate 1 with Bowman. Just the perfect sort of sniper's run here to have last shots and run well. And it's still a nice price after scratchings. Stylized has trialled well coming here, will run well. And Surf on Turf gets a tongue tie after being 3 wide on debut. I think is another improver, but still like the price as I just refresh my screen of Redina. Just been taken now, actually. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, interesting race. Wallace obviously got 4 of the 5 top in the market, which makes it really hard to put a line through these. I've gone for Ring Ahoy with Piker Board. I thought its first up run was pretty good. Liked the way it hit the line at Warwick Farm. Up to 1,400 now. The extra 200 will certainly suit it. And I thought around the $6 mark, it presented nice value. So Ring Ahoy for me in the first.
Race 2 is the 1,100 metre maiden. Another big field here, Beaver. Anything you like?
I've gone for the first starter from the Cummins stable. Like the way it trialled at Hawkesbury. Looks to have a little bit of an ability. The blue colours are flying at the moment with these young horses, and McDonald aboard. Drawn well, clear on top for me.
I'm going to go with On the Beach here. I love the trials. I think it's a nice mover. It looks a nice style of a horse. Outside gate, Tim Clark, I think you know it's going to be. It's going to be rolling forward. On debut might be the one trick here, but hopefully has enough pace to cross and take a position. And I think it's going to give you a nice sight around the 450 mark again. You mentioned Peril, who did trial well and has J-Mac, obviously a danger. And maybe a throw at the stumps at something at 50s. Smart as Smart, the first starter for the for the Quinton Yard with Sam Clipperton on. But yeah, I think this might be a nice race again. The third is the Staying Race, 2,140 metres, benchmark 72. What have you got for us?
Yeah, not a race that I'm overly enthused with, but if I had to put something on top, I'd go Just a Jedi. Pretty consistent. Doesn't win out of turn, but 3 runs this prep have been pretty good. Couple of seconds, and the 5th was at Rose Hill behind Colino, and that was only a couple of lengths off them there. Gets out now to the 2,000 after sort of stepping up from 1,200, 14, 16. So hopefully that extra ground suits, and I think it can run well.
I was with, I don't like the race at all. I've got Kitspool on top, just purely from the fact it's coming back from two Saturday Staying races where it's rolled forward and chased some decent ones in Impulsor. and Cadre du Noir. That stacks up well here with Tim Clark on. I think can give you a sight with a few of these stepping up in distance. Yeah, that's about it. Other than that, I'm not that enthused. The 1300 meter benchmark 72 is a much more interesting race where after scratchings, I've got the favourite on top. Cinderella Days, done nothing wrong. We'll roll forward here and give you something, give you a nice sight. But there are dangers here. Stalking is a nice horse. Trolled up well enough for this. Ended up in the group stuff in Queensland. Might be kept fresher and to shorter distances here. And gate one, if it's sitting at leaders back, can give you a snipe. I see things going well, and Amadi is talented as well. Finished up just nabbed by Owen Country on a Saturday. Last time Patrol's good, and J-Mac obviously scary there, Beaver.
Mate, you summed it up exactly how I would have summed it up. I did have Cinderella Days on top. I thought it just might jump to the front and be hard to catch at Warwick Farm here. But you're right, I thought Stalking looked a real knockout chance at $10 mark. It's ran in some good company races and acquitted itself well. I thought it was a good sniper's chance as well from the one gate. Could just sit behind him. And Amati looks to have a bit of abilities. So, yeah, clearly those three on top for me. Wide order, time will tell, but Cinderella Days, Stalking, Amati.
Beautiful. The fifth is the mile benchmark 72. To me, two hopes here, Beaver. Is that how you've seen it, and which way have you gone?
Yeah, two hopes, but I've gone Willinga Rufio on top for me. Resuming here, I think it's got plenty of ability. This horse, I think it'll be winning better class races than this. Clear on top for me, but the only chance, if there is one, is the 5 Kokoro.
Lovely, and yeah, I've gone the same way. Not much more to add there. I've gone Willinga Rufio, especially we'll know by now how the track's playing, but if on pace is no disadvantage, should have these covered for that. And main danger Kokoro, but sticking the same way. Race 6 is a 1400 meter 72. Very, very deep field here. Couple I'm going to spec actually pretty amazing. I think it's a talented horse. Ended up in some decent stuff and maybe crawled by end of prep and wet track at the end of last preparation. It comes back here and was double figures when it opened. Just see now it's half that, $6.50. Drawn for a swooping run here for Tommy Berry, and I think can still give you a nice sight at the each way price. And I was actually looking to have something on suppression at the 50s or 70s it is, but I was a bit let down by the trials. So maybe avoided that. And other bits and pieces, Lukey Luke can run well. And just I was a little bit taking on stick to your guns coming from Hawkesbury, but obvious upside there. And J-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I sort of went deep here too. I thought this could be a real knockout race. I came up with Linderman on top from the Wallace stable. Resumed with a nice second behind Cinderella Days last start, and I thought that was quite a nice little run. Carried 59.5, drops to 54 today, so gets some good weight relief. And back last preparation, ran a couple of nice races down in Victoria. So I think if it gets some natural improvement here, the 10 gate, if they can get some cover, Swooper's chance here around the $15 mark. But I thought you're right, pretty amazing. Isn't without a chance as well.
Beautiful. And we wrap up the card with another cracker, 1200 meter benchmark 72, Beaver. Who do you like?
Yeah, another sort of two-horse race,
Saturday race.
looks like, which is an interesting one. Hard to split them. Interestingly, McDonald's gone on the Rito with the Waller, and I'm assuming he chose to ride that. I'm going to go for Democracy Manifest. I don't think there's much between these, but I thought it might just get the better run from gate 2, maybe just able to hold that in a pocket, and might just get the better run there, and Narito potentially held up. So I'm sort of just hoping for a little bit of luck there, and that's the way I've gone.
Agree, and I think the dry track suits Democracy Manifest as well. Nice stalking gate there. I think Stromboli is a bet at the price. I think it's done anything wrong. It was a nice resumption. I feel like dry track might suit it and will be forward, and it's $12. And other little chances here in the likes of the Poacher and Shalailed and even Shadow Devil that can all run well, as can the Rito, but I just think that's a bit short in what I think's a deep field here. For progretracing.com.au, check them out for their tips, guides, and some new articles coming twice a week, every week as well. We'll be putting up tips for some other midweek racing, especially the Friday night stuff coming up, as well as Kembla tomorrow and the Newcastle Gold Cup on Friday. Of course.
Yes, so starting tomorrow, Daggy, you're on for midweek.
Yeah, I'm up first, so I'll see what we can do for tomorrow. And as well as the usual 2 shows, just a bit extra there at progretracing.com.au. But more importantly, give us your best in value at Warwick Farm.
Yeah, my best is race 5, number 4, Willinga Rufio. And my value bet comes up in race 6, number 17, Linderman.
Lovely. I'm going to make my value pretty amazing in that same race there. Race 6, number 4. And my best, I'm going to give it to On the Beach. I think it's going to run really, really well in that 3-year-old race. Looking forward to that. Now we head down to Sandown, where I'm going to hand the reins to Beaver for a bit here because I've been knocked out a bit in the last day or so and haven't had a chance to give this the full treatment. But we'll work through Sandown where the rail goes out into 12 metres, 30 at Hillside, more importantly, and a drying track again. So we might have 2 good tracks by the end of the day, which is exciting. We kick off with a 1,300-metre maiden for the boys. Did you like anything in the first?
Yeah, I think the favourite here from the Brisbane stable, really liked the way it won its trial, looked a progressive type, and this field doesn't look packed with a whole heap of talent. So I think it's going to be hard to beat in the first.
Awesome. The second is a 1,300-metre maiden for the girls. Do you like anything here?
Yeah, pretty tricky race here, very open, not a lot of form to go by, a lot of first starters. If I had to have a bet, I'd probably look at the number 10, Taj Need from the Snowden stable. Probably watch this race.
From my brief look, it looked like a bit of a standout to me as well. Race 3, 1,800 metres, the staying race on the card at 64 level. Any got you excited?
Not this race. Didn't get me overly excited, but as I went through the form, the one that stood out for me was Rose Dior. Thought he could run well about the $5 mark. 3 runs this preparation have been good. Nice win at Sale, nice second at Sale behind Crackerjack Prince, which was a good run. Didn't have a lot of luck last start at Geelong. I think he can turn it around and better luck in running here, hard to beat.
The fourth is a 1,500 metre, 64, with a couple of nice lightly raced things in this Beaver. Any catch your eye?
Yeah, some lightly raced stuff. I've gone for Murray's horse that's been, plenty of potential. Ran in some good Group 2 races. It was only a couple of lengths off Coast Watch and Castlereagh Kid in a couple of nice runs at Caulfield. And I don't think it had a lot of luck in those. It's a horse I backed at some prices in those races. So I'm thinking this sets up much better for it. They're obviously looking to get another win under its belt, brought it back to this company. It'll be the hardest to beat here, around $5. Thought that was really good value. Main danger, Jupiter's, same price.
Yep. The quaddie kicks off with another 1,300 metre benchmark 70, this time for the fillies and mares. Anything catching your eye?
Yeah, look, Savonia on top here certainly caught my eye. First up, led and gave nothing else a chance. I was quite impressed with this after it was coming off a Group 3 6th, a couple lengths behind My Whisper. Put out for a spell, took off 5 months and came back in fine fashion in Sale. I think this horse will be winning and quite like the price at the moment.
The sixth, another 1,300 metres, 64. Anything here?
Yeah, going to follow up again with another progressive type here from the Freedman stable, Victoria Rock. Only had the one start in New Zealand, was 2s on and won like a 2s on pop. Absolutely killed him. Brought now to Victoria. trialled very nicely at Cranbourne. Goes on top here. In what's a pretty good field. There's a fair few chances here. Some horses down
It's a
in
pretty
the...
good little, pretty good 64.
Yeah, it's a good 64. You've got a couple of horses around sort of 15s, 20s, Boars and Queen of Nations that go all right. All England's been hard to catch, but it's double figure, close to double figure odds. Really, really good field, but I just think this thing could be good.
We stick to the 1,300 metres for an 84 on a Wednesday, which is a nice thick race here. The Garden perhaps slightly disappointing resuming. Are you giving another chance?
No, I'm not. I just think it's too skinny at $2.80. I think there's a fair bit of depth to this field, and you can get $7.50 anything else. I've gone for Field of Roses. I thought its last start third was pretty good. Finished off nicely. Prior to that, had some really good form over in Great Britain. I think it'll be certainly better suited by the extra distance, and this track, Sandown track, I think it will suit a lot better. Sorry. Field of Roses on top. Cool. I thought its last start win was good at Pakenham. And prior to that, ran a really nice fourth at Flemington behind Verskova. I've got it on top. Main Danger Montartha resuming here, overseas form. And I also think Paddy Payne's horse here isn't without a chance from New Zealand Kiwi as well. Yeah, the Kiwi. I thought it's might be looking for further, but I thought it was a knockout chance. So Field of Roses on top for me, but I think you could save on the other two, and I'm willing to think that they can topple the favourite.
Awesome. And we're going to wrap up with 1,000 metres 70. Shorty in Vivian is the favourite. Is that the way you've gone? Yeah,
got it on top as well. Good horse. Again, won really nicely first up at Sale. I think it can run really well again. Clear on top for me. I don't see too many dangers.
Cool. Thanks for carrying me through that, Beaver. Now I'm back at Demendo, back on board for Friday. What is your best in value at Sandown?
Yeah, got a couple of bets that I really like in Sandown, but my best is race 8, number 3, Vivian. But I do like Savonia as well in the 5th. And my value bet comes up in race 7, number 13, Field of Roses.
Awesome. Across both meets, one of the better Wednesdays we've had in a while, I think. It's good racing. What do you got for us up in Queensland?
Yeah, got a couple up in Queensland. Got one I like in the 3rd race, number 5, Ravaged Award. Got it on top. I think it'll be super hard to beat. It's probably my best up there. Then moving into the later races, race 5, number 12, Gambu, around the $5 mark. I think it can run really well. And then later in the day, I've gone race 8, number 5, Deep Tempest is my other bet for the day. And the last race, race 9, number 15, A Call from Heaven. A 3rd up, but a nice win last start at Ippy.
Beautiful. Good stuff, Beaver. Thanks for that. Good luck this afternoon. And good punting, guys. We'll be back Friday morning to look at not Mackay State. That was last week. What is it? The Rupert Clark and George Main, I think we're up to in Sydney. So good racing again. Looking forward to that. And stay tuned throughout spring, and we'll talk soon. Catch you guys.